Hello everybody. Today I want to do a little video about my chickens and using them not just on a homestead but as a way of prepping for a SHTF situation. What happened this morning was I have one chicken. He likes to get out, or is a she, is a hen. She likes to get out. All the rest of my chickens will stay in their little pen I've got for them. I've got them in an area, I don't know, maybe about 3,000 or 4,000 square feet, fenced off. It's just a 4-foot fence I've got up for them, and they'll all stay in. This one chicken, she wants to get out all the time. And now that I have my garden planted with some potatoes, she likes to get in my garden and scratch up my potatoes, and I have to go back out and replant them. And I'd already done that twice. So this time she got out, which she goes in and out as she pleases. And you can't catch her because she's really fast and she'll run from you and she'll fly back into the pen. So I thought, well, I guess it's time to do something about her. So I guess we can go ahead and put her on the supper table rather than let her dig up the garden anymore. She likes to get in my garden beds too and scratch around, dig up all the seeds. So this morning I took care of her, and she's no longer with the flock, but she will be still used in food for us anyway. But anyway, I just want to go over some chickens. I've got a couple mixed chickens in there. Mostly what I run now are Isa Browns. You can get them. You can order them on the internet. They will actually mail them to you. It sounds kind of strange, but they will mail baby chicks to you in the mail. You just have to be ready to make sure you can pick them up on the day that they come to the post office, and you can raise them up. You can buy pullets that are ready to lay. They're fairly expensive. But raising baby chicks isn't hard. I actually got this batch of Isa Browns. I actually got from Tractor Supply. I think they're about $3 a piece, and I've got 8 or 9 of them left. And they are by far the best egg-laying chicken that I've ever owned. I've had Leghorns, I've had just old mixed breeds, I've had Rhode Island Reds, and these chickens are just amazing. They're actually bred from a Rhode Island Red, which Rhode Island Red's a good chicken too. And with them, you'll get about 2 eggs every 3 days, and then they'll lay off in the winter, not lay too much. Excuse me. Sometimes they'll molt a little bit the following winter, and then they won't lay eggs for about 4 months. These Isa Browns, they lay eggs all through the winter. They're just amazing. I know I'm getting over 300 eggs a year from each one of those chickens. So they're really good layers. They're pretty hardy as far as the cold goes. Here in the mountains of North Carolina, it gets down pretty chilly. That they have a barn with a little place they can roost in there, but nothing special for them. So that's just a breed that I've found that I really like, that I've decided to go with. And matter of fact, I'm down to about 8 or 9 chickens, I think, now. So I'm going to go and probably order me some more Isa Browns, maybe get 10 or 12 more. I like to have about 20 chickens around at least. I have a big family, so if a bad situation does come up, I want enough eggs to where everybody's going to get 2 eggs a day from them. And maybe even a few extra for recipes and whatnot. And they're really easy to take care of. I do throw them a little bit of grain, a little bit of scratch grains or cracked corn or something. I do that just to keep them happy and healthy. But honestly, if there were a post-collapse situation and you had chickens, you could just open the barn door and let them out, and they'll run. They'll feed all day on grass and weeds and bugs and everything else. And as long as your chickens have been used to going in that barn, and they know that's their home, they'll go back in there every night. You just walk up and shut the door, and they'll be in there all night if you need to put them up for some reason, want to keep them up the next day. But otherwise, you can just let them out, go down there and open the door in the morning if you want to, and let them go, depending on what you have for predators around. If you have a lot of fox or raccoons or hawks or things like that, you do have to kind of pay attention to them, but they'll just wander through the yard or through the field or whatever it is, wherever you have them. And they are great. They're easy to take care of. Give them a little bit of water, and you don't even have to feed them any feed if you don't want to. So And I tell you, if you've never had one of them real true free range chickens of your own, if you've never had an egg from them, oh my, they were the best eggs ever. Them yolks are just as orange as they can be, and that's natural. That's the way it's supposed to be. Most eggs you get from the store, the yolks are a pale yellow. These, you raise some of your own chickens and let them out in the yard and have some. I think it's a dandelions. That's what I heard one time. I don't know for sure, but whatever it is they're eating, that makes them yolks just as orange could be. And they are rich and flavorful, and just a joy to eat. And chickens are just a joy to have. They really are. So that's just my take on chickens for a prepper homestead. They're easy to take care of. There's plenty of information online about them. There's, not much to them really. They're probably one of the best things you can have if you live in an area where you can have chickens. And even if you live in an area where you can have them, but maybe not out in the country as far, you build them a nice coop in a place where they can get out for a little bit and scratch around and dig, and you throw them a little bit of feed. And then if a collapse does happen or bad situation, and you can't buy feed for them, you just let them out then, because they're going to need to eat. And obviously the city ordinances and things like that aren't going to matter at that point. So like I said, they're just a great thing to have around. I think they actually do keep the bugs and stuff off your lawn and off your grass, but they're really bad for the garden. So that's why that hen this morning met her demise. She'd been getting out for all winter, and I knew when it came to spring what would happen, and sure enough. But that's okay. She'll feed the family a meal anyway, so that's good for us. And I try not to let anything go to waste if I can. I try to do everything I can to live as close to where I'm going to have to be one day if all this goes down. And I think we all know where it's headed. So anyway, if there's any questions, comments, I'd love to hear them. Like and subscribe. And remember, all gun laws are unconstitutional.